Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review, and today we are reviewing Fly Me to the Moon. Fly Me to the Moon is the new movie that's come out in cinemas this month in July, and it is actually an Apple TV Plus movie. So if you're watching this in a few months after I've released this video, it is also going to be on, or it will be on, Apple TV Plus. It's starring Channing Tatum and Scarlett Johansson alongside Woody Harrelson as well. And it's basically the true-ish story of Apollo 11 landing on the moon, and can, you know, NASA fake it? They had a contingency plan in place if things didn't go well. In terms of obviously the landing, they would fake it and make out that they did. So they hired a marketing genius, Kelly Jones, who's played by Scarlett Johansson, and her role is basically to sell NASA to the world. So yeah, we have a bit of a between her and Cole. Cole is played by Channing Tatum. He is the launch control director or whatever, and he is in charge of obviously the mission actually happening. You've got a marketing person versus a scientific person, I guess. Part of my problem with this movie is I still don't know what genre this is. It starts off very comedic, which threw me way off, and I gotta be honest, I hated that comedic aspect of the film, and it just reminded me of Channing Tatum's performance in like 22 and 21 Jump Street. Wasn't what I was expecting in terms of, needs to be a bit more serious, I think. You know, at the end of the day, they're doing this because it's like a life or death thing, and I thought that this would be a bit more a bit more, well, just a bit more serious, I guess. Scarlett Johansson, on the other hand, I thought her performance was great, but I really criticised the hair and makeup team. Her hair, honest to God, looked ridiculous. When she was moving her head so many times, like, you could just see like the whole wig, I guess, just move in. And if it's not a wig, it looked like a wig, which was bad. Now, I know this style and fashion and everything in, what was it, the late 60s, early 70s, that was what it was. But yeah, if it is a wig, it wasn't fit right. It just was not a good size for her head, and maybe the style of it should have been altered. That doesn't take away her performance, but again, Scarlett Johansson for me is not a comedy actress. She is more of a serious actress. You know, we've seen her in things like we've seen her in obviously the Marvel Universe, and of course we've also seen her in Marriage Story as well. She is much more a serious actress, and is definitely not suited to a comedy film, in that sense. Channing Tatum, of course, he does do comedy films really well, but in this, when he was trying to be serious, I didn't think it worked, because he was, in some scenes, some of the scenes felt like they were made by totally different directors, like totally different styles of film. You had some serious scenes where, you know, again, the next negative thing about the film was them two falling in love. Now, I don't know if this is like true in terms of what happened. Did the marketing genius fall in love with the launch control person? I doubt it. I'm not sure. But yeah, those two leads for me really didn't sell me the show. And when you're sat there questioning yourself about the two main characters in the film, you are, you're destined to fail. Woody Harrelson, on the other hand, I thought he was great. He was playing Mo Burkus. He was like the person like high up in NASA who actually hired Kelly, and yeah, he was also working quite close with the president and all of that. So yeah, he was really good in the film. I liked his performance as well. We also got Ray Romano in there as well as Henry Smalls. He was quite good. But yeah, so that's the film. It lost it for me. When I watch these films, like normally streaming movies, I tend to ask the question, does it feel like a streaming movie? And I think this is one of Apple's weakest ever projects, in my opinion, purely because it doesn't sell you the fact that you're not, when you go and watch a film, you like to be transported, I do, to different worlds and just totally forget about real life. And in this film, I wasn't transported. The visuals were great. You know, some of the visuals are fab. You know, the whole thing with the moon and actually being on the moon and all of that. You know, there were some visuals there that were good, and you can't deny that. I got to give them props. But at the same time, there was the other half of the film which wasn't good at all, which was the performances. And yeah. So, rating the film then, what did I rate the movie? Well, I gave it a 2.5 star. As I say, a very much tale of two halves. I hated the performances, which could be down to the plot and the script, because I just don't know what genre this film was chosen for in terms of sitting. And one of the biggest criticisms really is it felt like it was made by multiple directors at times, because it felt like multiple different films at many moments. Positives though, Woody Harrelson, as well as some of the visuals, definitely threw a lot of money at this film and whatnot. Don't get me wrong, some things I did find funny, but I went into this expecting it to be a bit more of a serious film, and I do criticise some of, like, Channing Tatum maybe more so than Scarlett, but I think Channing Tatum was, he's typecast. He literally was playing the guy in 22 Jump Street, so I didn't like that. But yeah, it felt like a streaming film, to be honest. Wait for it to come on Apple. Don't go to the cinemas and see it. I recommend that. So yeah, 2.5 star. Big miss for me. I really thought this would be a high one this month, but for me, will not want to watch this again. But there it is. There is my review of Fly Me to the Moon. Let me know your thoughts down below, guys. Have you seen this? Are you going to see it, or are you just going to wait for it to come on Apple? I would recommend you do. There you go, though, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.